Oh, God. Are people going to think I'm racist?
They might.
Oh, well, I'm not.
Oh, hello everyone, and welcome to the Funky Panther, coming to you finally, yet again, from Fort Worth, Texas, here on episode 115. We are so glad to be back. It has been, believe me, it's been a fantastic month off, but it's great to be back in front of you all again. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Let's get into it. I'm Chad.
I'm Javier.
I'm Tim.
And we are
the Funky Panther.
You know, I know we've been gone or away for a month, and I've been recording on my other podcast for a while now, for that month we've been off.
Yeah.
But it still kind of feels off being on right now because I haven't been with you guys.
Right.
I've seen.
It's a Wednesday?
And it's a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I've seen Chad. I haven't seen you. You've been gone.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen you since the podcast.
Yeah, since the podcast.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into about what we've been doing over our break.
I've been a busy boy, man.
We all have, really.
Oh, yeah.
And it's been full of events. And we're very glad to be back with you guys. I know we were supposed to come back last week, but things happen. So Chad had an issue with his car. It was a car issue for Chad. So, but I mean, also, I think I needed that extra week though, because I still feel like my body wasn't ready to come back on the air.
And it was a holiday week. It was kind of nice to kind of settle into an already busy family and friends Thanksgiving week, and so it was a nice break still. Yeah.
But I feel great. I feel great now being back on. And we're gonna bring you a better show here moving forward. I mean, it's been great, but I know I feel like with this break, we're gonna do bigger, better things.
Yeah, I mean, I got kind of rejuvenated. Started had some ideas flowing, just thoughts going through my brain.
That's weird for thoughts to go through your brain.
Lot of thoughts. THOTS.
Yes, thoughts. Thoughts. Period. I think are quite essential for a break, which we're plenty a thought. We're in Austin a couple weeks back.
Yeah, y'all did some big stuff. Like as a group podcast together, right?
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. We had a great collab with. Hung out with some of the boys from Trend. Everybody from Trend.
Blake and Mitch hung out with them for a while. Of course, we went bar hopping with Ernie pretty much all day that Saturday.
Yeah,
so we want to just get into what we've been into.
Was the third partner there for
What?
Trend? You know, there's three of them, right?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever met the third guy though. Yeah, I just know Mitch and Blake.
Yeah, there's one more. He's kind of behind the scenes.
Got it.
Is he like an angel investor?
No.
He's like audio, right?
He does all the audio engineering stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, since you've already mentioned it, so Javier and I had the opportunity back a handful of episodes ago. We had Minikon on the show, which was so much fun. If you recall, he's an influencer boxer, makes a lot of funny videos on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, has over 1 million followers on TikTok.
Big motherfucker.
Hundreds of thousands on Instagram. Yeah, he's a big dude, super fit. He's into boxing. He's won his first 2 matches and now his third since we got to go down to Austin to watch his match. But yeah, really, really fun to go and experience that. He had asked us to come. I mean, when he was on the show, he was like, y'all need to come down. And so, we're not going to turn down an invite like that. So Javier and I made the trek down, just a 24-hour trip. It was like straight up right at the 24-hour mark. We go first thing Saturday morning. I told Javier, I was like, man, the one thing I want to do is I want to go eat at Daidu. Have you ever heard of Daidu?
No, what's Daidu?
So Daidu is this restaurant down in Austin, and I forget the chef's name right off the top of my head at the moment, but he's been on one of my favorite shows, Meat Eater, which is like that hunting show, but it's all about like, not just shooting things to shoot them, but like harvesting it and different ways to cook the different things that you catch or hunt or whatever. And a lot of times he's got this guy who has, I believe, a ranch down in like Southwest Texas or something like that. And he has a lot of nilgai on the menu. And so I've been wanting to go for a long time. Robin from Corks and Cowtown has been multiple times. In fact, almost every time she goes down to Austin, I feel like she's taking a picture.
How do you spell that?
Yeah.
What, Daidu?
Yeah.
Daidue.
Which when you walk in is kind of tricky.
It was tricky because they got like a front end shop where you can come in and just buy stuff, and then they've got like the back parking lot where you actually come in for brunch. They looked at us like we were idiots. We're like, yeah, we've got a reservation. We're coming in for food.
Jesse Griffiths.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But yeah, so we made reservations. I was dead set. I was like, Javier, when we go down there, we have to hit up this restaurant. They text me on the way down.
Well, first we were. I was looking through the menu and I was very excited.
Yeah.
And Chad, we were just talking about it on our way there, and then you got a text.
Yeah, like as soon as we were talking about it, it was like, oh, by the way, our chimney caught on fire and we will not be having brunch services this morning. Can we move you to tomorrow? I'm like, son of a bitch. Maybe I'm just not supposed to go there. This is the universe telling me that I am not supposed to go eat at Daidu.
Yeah.
Luckily, we did get reservations the next morning, and we went right before we left, and it was absolutely phenomenal. But I took you to one of my favorite places down there, which is
Suerte.
Suerte.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Man, it was amazing. I'm glad we stopped by first to get a beer at that spot around across
Zilker
the
Brewing?
street. Yeah, it was very cool. And then, dude, Suerte, like the food there was just so phenomenal. And I feel like, because we shared plates.
Right.
And I can't remember off the top of my head what we ate. But it was so delicious. The drinks were amazing.
Are you saying sweaty?
Suerte.
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 It
Okay.
means luck in Spanish.
Gotcha. Okay.
But man, no, it was such a great place, and the ambiance was amazing. And I ran into an old friend over there, which was very
random.
weird and random. But yeah. What place did we have?
I know that we had the beef tongue, right?
Yes.
So we had that.
Yeah.
We had some kind of guacamole that was just absolutely phenomenal.
With almonds on it, right?
Yeah. No.
Pistachios.
Pistachios.
Yeah.
But then the thing about Suerte is they do all of their own like corn tortillas and stuff, and so like their chips and the tortillas for the tacos that we had
This
were
is for
just
lunch?
insane. Yeah, it was lunch.
Lunch. Okay.
And I had been there once before. The guy is a super well-known, another really well-known chef. He was on Taco Chronicles on Netflix, which I think the majority of that show was in like Mexico, right? Like a lot of the episodes were based out of Mexico, but one of them was him in Austin because of how good that place is. And the cocktails were amazing too.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, the Paloma was very delicious. The second one we got, what was that? I got the one that you had gotten after.
Dude, I don't remember. I felt like it was just such a fun-packed weekend, 24 hours. It was hard to remember. But then we went over to the hotel where Minicon was kind of like mentally prepping and getting his hair done, and met up with Mitch and Blake and got to see those guys for a bit before he was,
You get your hair done before a fight?
Oh, you have to, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got to get prepped and ready. You got to get all like pretty for the cameras.
He was like watching boxing videos, like mentally preparing.
Yeah,
himself.
I get that, but I'd come out looking like a crazy man, just all like mangy looking.
Oh no.
And that's why you do not box, my friend.
Right.
Nah, you got to get it's a psych thing. You get into the other person's, you're like, man, that guy might be rabid.
Yeah. But Mitch already had some Coronas ready for us. We got to meet all of Minicon's family, and his brothers were really, really freaking cool.
Yeah. I had a great conversation with the oldest brother, Frank.
Yeah.
And he was such a cool person. I think I spoke with him more than I did anybody else. But he has his own podcast.
Out in Dallas, right?
Out from Dallas, but he travels for it too. He's traveled for it before too,
That's right.
and he's interviewed a lot of cool people. But I kind of felt like I was interviewing him too, like asking him questions we normally ask here, or I asked him who his bucket list interview was, and he, but just stuff like that. It was really cool. The ambiance was great. I had never been around. First of all, downstairs at the lobby, a bunch of influencers were over there.
Yeah, people that we recognize from Vine and shit, like back in the day. It's like, what the hell's going on?
And so it just felt so out of place being around, I guess, could you say quasi famous people?
No, yeah, for sure. They were definitely famous people, a lot of influencers. We got to hang out with them a little bit in the hotel and just kind of like glance around. And then we got to go meet up with Ernie. It's Ernie, who's also been on the show here before. Awesome, amazing dude. We love him to death, despite the shit that he always talks about us. So we got to meet him down on, what is it? Not Dirty Six. We didn't hit Dirty Six at all. No. We were on like West 6th almost the entire time. And so we went to a couple bars, and then we went to the fight, and it was so much fun to watch.
Yeah,
it really
absolutely.
was. Like, I know that, who was it? Hardy.
Greg Hardy.
Greg Hardy
he used
fought.
to play for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
He fought and won his match.
Minicon won.
Minicon won.
There was like 6 or 7 different fights, and it was just really entertaining, really fun to watch. You could definitely tell some of the boxers, they're influencers for the most part. This Misfits boxing.
Yeah.
And so, athletes that may not have come from the boxing realm or influencers and that kind of thing. But you could tell some of them had just jumped into it because they're like flailing around a little bit. You know what I mean? But then you get to like the Greg Hardy match, and it was like, holy shit, these guys are tough. Like they are
throwing fucking hammers at each other.
So is this like? I mean, it's a legit boxing sanctioned match.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Dazin, who took over for like HBO boxing.
Yeah.
They had it on their channel.
Was DraftKings present?
Oh.
No.
I don't.
Not those
really,
people. No,
I didn't really.
Okay.
But it was Dazin, and the people that do the Dazin fights were there. And I got a couple pictures. I don't know why I didn't post any of the stuff that I got pictures of. Because right when the match ended, we went downstairs. We went down to the bottom on the floor, and I was taking shots of like the stage where the boxers were coming out of, where the interviewers were there talking. And they had Fuzi from FuziTube. He's a really popular YouTuber. Again, it's full of influencers. Everybody was there. Logan Paul was there.
Yeah.
KSI was there.
Yeah.
KSI announced his next fight, which oddly enough, the night before, KSI was trending on Twitter because he got into a little scuffle with Dylan Dennis, who he announced he was fighting, I think in February. I'm not sure where they're going to have the fight. They're probably going to have it in England. But it was crazy seeing like Logan Paul just over there, period. I mean, being in Austin.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. It was also, I mean, we got to see all these fights. I know that after Minicon fought, he called out Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
The guy's
like,
like,
who do you wanna-
Killmonger.
who do you
Michael
wanna
B.
fight?
Jordan. He's like, we going after actors now? he had a hype man, which
Yeah.
I'm sure we posted. I mean, he's
No,
Yeah.
I saw it.
He
But
had,
he was
like-
going. He said Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
like
he's
he
like,
wants,
so who's next? And this hype man comes out. Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan, we want you.
Dude, it was funny. The whole thing was hilarious. Yeah. But yeah, it was kind of interesting to think about us being in this location where it's nothing but like influencers and people that have hundreds of thousands of followers and stuff like that. I was talking to Javier about it. I was like, what, there's like the 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon or whatever. I was like, I feel like we're like 2 degrees from anyone in the world right now because there's so many people that were in that particular location that were somewhat, they knew somebody. It was
I guaranteed, like, if you shook anybody's hand down there, you had that separation where you touched Joe Rogan's dick.
Oh.
Well,
like 100%. So somebody has touched his dick and you shook their hands.
Well, I hate to brag, but later on in the night, we went out to a club. I forgot where it was at. It was actually right by the bar we were.
Yeah,
at
it was on
earlier
West
tonight.
7th or West 6th.
West 6th, and we're just waiting for everybody there, and I look over and I see this girl. I follow on I follow her on Instagram. And I tell Chad, I'm like, Chad, she's an Instagram girl. She's an Instagram model. And she also has a link in her bio. And he's like, which one? I'm like, her. And he's like, well, I gotta see these warlocks. And so like I go over on my Instagram page and I'm trying to find this girl. I'm trying to remember what her name is, and it pops into my head, and I get on there. I'm like, bro, this is her. And he's like, no, it wasn't. And so we go upstairs and I see her again. I'm like, bro, that's her. Like I'm showing him. He's like, holy fuck, go talk to her. Like, go say hi, and you're a big fan. And I'm like, and at that time, I had just woken up from a nap, and I was still kind of groggy.
How sweaty were you?
Huh?
How sweaty were you?
It was fucking chilly.
Yeah, no, it
doesn't matter.
It was on this balcony. No, he wasn't.
It was on a balcony.
He was a big day player. He was good to go.
But I chugged the Red Bull that Chad got me, and I took like I drank half of the beer, and the boys went inside. They went into the club, and I walked up, and she was waiting for her friends. So I'm like, hey, I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm a huge fan. And then she's like, oh my God, oh, thank you so much. And I'm like, hey, do you mind if we get a picture together? And she's like, oh no, that's totally cool. And she was very nice, man. She was like, and you see it like on her her Instagram page, you see her. She's always like, well, if you see me out in the street, like come say hello. I'm a nice person. And I did. I was like, hey, these people, Instagram people, they're just like us. They're just really cool.
It's very
It's just a job, man.
It is very interesting because we're like having normal conversations with people, and they're like, "Oh yeah, follow me on Instagram," and you do, and they've got hundreds of thousands of followers, and, and you're just talking to them like they're no big deal. But then upon further review, when you kind of take a step back and realize we're in this club and we're looking around with all of these boxers that just boxed, all these influencers, all these OnlyFans girls, like it was just nuts. That club was shoulder to shoulder with I mean, we were obviously we're nobody.
Hey, shut up. We're somebody.
With our 1,700 and something followers on Instagram, we're nobody.
Not to coin it, but like we're kind of Fort Worth famous.
But it was just incredible to see. And then we shut down the club. We go out in the parking lot, and like a whole crew we're just sitting in the parking lot for an hour.
Yeah.
Like everyone's just
It
talking.
was an hour because we got back to the hotel like at 4:30.
Yeah, it was right at 4. So we're out there for like an hour. And everyone's got their phones out doing content. People are doing videos with other people, which we saw later on Instagram, or we saw later on Instagram or TikTok, whatever, right? Like everyone's doing content. Everyone. It's just like, it's crazy to think like we put a lot of time and effort into making content for people, but like these people are doing it 24/7 nonstop.
Yeah.
They go back to the hotel and they keep making content. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is a job for them. I mean, they're making big money,
big money
by doing this. But man, that's insane.
Then we went to this because it kind of like wrapped up there in the parking lot, and they're like, "Let's go to this after hours bar or club." And we're like, "I didn't know that was a thing." And so we go to this place. It was kind of shady. It was like this old restaurant, and they had moved all the chairs out of the way, and they were charging people $40 a head to come into this club. And like we didn't actually go in because like it's like 3:30 in the morning, and we were all exhausted. And we're like, you know what? I'm not down to pay $40 to like. I don't even know what I'm getting myself into. You know what I mean? I don't know if there's drinks. How much is a beer? $40 extra? Like, no,
you missed out, man.
We probably did. I mean, everyone else did, but like Mitch, Ernie, Javier, and I, we ditched. We were like, we're out of here.
Coming in from the chat, we are an award-winning podcast.
That's true.
So you know what? How many awards do those people have?
More. More.
I mean, one of them won a boxing match.
Yeah, Minicon won 3 matches.
Yeah.
Another guy won, I think, the headlining match there that night.
Yeah,
he was at the
there.
club.
That's not an award.
Well, it's a belt. It's like that's an award.
That's what we should get.
We got a piece of paper, bro.
Podcasting belts.
I don't know. Either way, it was just a really cool experience, but it was definitely interesting to see that kind of that group of people in their element like that. It really made me kind of consider, like, damn, these people are like working their asses off to do what they're doing.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've never thought that influencers don't work hard. I mean, they're constantly having to make content, constantly having to come up with content.
That's a job. That's a whole
job. And that is
job.
exhausting because it's hard enough for us to come up with content last minute and throw a show together, you know?
I mean, it's hard out here for a pimp. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
You know what I'm saying, Scrub?
Yeah.
No, that's
But sometimes they go hard in the motherfucking paint.
Absolutely.
So what else did you do, Javier? Since we kind of talked about Austin, anything else that you've done that was noteworthy in our month hiatus?
Man, there's too many things to even bring up that I completely forgot. Of course, I think I can't think of anything. We did a lot of stuff. I know you'll come up with.
Our last episode was the Halloween episode. Did you go on a trip since then? You went to Lockhart. Was that was?
Oh yeah, we
right?
went to Lockhart for Tammy's birthday. We went over there. I could only be there for the day because I had to come back for work and shit. But we hung it over there. Went to an 85-year-old man's wedding, which was crazy. 85 getting an 85-year-old man getting married.
What's the point when you're 85?
Well, I mean, when you're in love, I guess that's a cool thing to experience. It was a Mexican wedding, so it was really fun. It was really cool to see that. Man, that guy, like, he looked like he was ready to consummate that night. I mean, I'm sure he did. Obviously.
With the help of some blue pills.
Hey, blue pills,
Whatever
gas
makes it
station
work.
pills.
Yeah, whatever.
Ginseng Tiger.
He got some of that hard rhino or whatever it is.
Rhino
platinum.
10,000.
I don't know.
Goat weed.
Goat
Horny
weed.
goat weed. Got some of that horny goat weed.
But I mean, I can't really think of anything else.
You checked out Old Pal.
You checked out Old Pal.
Oh yeah, I went to Old fucking Pal. Yeah, I
fucking Pal.
checked Travis's other bar, Old Pal, over in Lockhart. It was a really cool time. I told her before, I was like, we went to another bar. I'm like, hey, we got to go to Old Pal. I need to check it out. I need to get a shirt. And so I went over there, and bro, it's half the size of Nickel, I want to say. But man, it was really cool. It's a nice, neat spot. They had an oval-shaped bar top. They have a frozen drink over there that's Whataburger inspired.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like the Nickel City's Irish coffee. But
I'm
better.
telling you right now, it is way better than the frozen Irish coffee they have.
That's some strong words, son.
And I'm telling you right now, it's a sleeper because like the ingredients say it's got like a handful of whiskey and a bunch of other shit. But God, I'll be goddamned if that didn't taste like a fucking Whataburger shake, like a Dr. Pepper shake.
No shit.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, we need to find a weekend to go out there and like check it out. But you will be amazed. I will say that right now. But cheers to the people over there. They were very nice. We have a couple cups from Opal and Travis also, man. That's a great spot you have over there, and a great part of town. It's right across from City Hall. So it's
and
really
for all
cool.
of you listening, just as a reminder, we had Travis Tober here on the show not too long ago talking about Nickel City and the Halloween pop-up. Right now they've got the Christmas pop-up going on, the Miracle, which is always amazing. And like he mentioned, every year they go bigger, and it looks even bigger. We went on Sunday and it looked beautiful. But yeah, Old Pal is one of his other places. That's where he's down in Lockhart. We also got to go last night. We went to Down and Out, which last night was their opening night. What'd you think about Down and Out?
It was a really cool bar. I did say a lot that I was like, man, this is a bar that I would want to open up. And props to Eric and Nick, the greatest bartender that you can find. Did such a great job over there with everything. I mean, they had little minor setbacks, but as of right now, they're fixed. Everything's ready to go rock and roll.
Yep.
The beers are flowing. They have a great Santa display.
Another really good Christmas bar to go check out because the lights and stuff. Yeah,
and they have an inflatable Santa inside, and then they have that wooden carved Santa outside.
Can I ask you something though?
Ask away.
What's
buddy.
the status on the Funky Panther Shandy?
Okay.
Well, here is what Eric said. Now, Eric did say that after the holidays are over, because they have their special menu, for the holidays.
Well, I'm not upset if they don't have it right now. I'm just wanting to know what the status
it's coming.
is.
That's the first thing he said whenever I walked in. He's like, "So we only have the Christmas cocktail menu, which is phenomenal. I think we tried 3 or 4 different drinks last night, all really good." He's like, "Here at the end of December, when we close this shit down, we'll have the shandy on the menu." I was like, hey.
Nice, nice.
So really excited about that. But I don't know about you, it reminded me of old Bungalow here in River Oaks.
Yeah.
Like it had, I mean, it's funny that some
classier,
bars,
better Bungalow.
right. I mean, you go to these bars that are just kind of like evolved over the 20 or 30 years, and that's just what they look like. You know what I mean? Like the wood paneling, the checkerboard floors, the mirrors all over the wall. That's just what they came into when they started that bar, and they just went with it, right?
Right.
He specifically chose these items for this place, and it looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like it just really, really looks great. They got a couple pool tables. I mean, plenty of seating. I do think that that's going to be probably one of our go-tos. It's nice to have, Nickel and Rabbit Hole, I think, have become two of my like staples, but it's nice to add another into the rotation.
I've driven past Rabbit Hole, and I'm like, every time I drive past, I'm like, this place is too packed.
It gets crazy,
I'm
man.
like, and I want to go in there, but that's my. I love the fact that they're doing such good business there.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Nickel City. I love the fact that whenever it's packed, I mean, that means that people love that place. But man, I need to find like the off time to go, so I can just go and like find a place to sit down and just chill and have
It's
a
hard
drink.
now.
I know that's
especially with sports
part.
going on, like any sport, they've got that place packed out. I went with Mike the Bike last weekend, and they had the Mavs Maniacs in there, like doing a Wheel of Fortune situation. Yes,
wow,
yeah, it was nuts. I mean, like they've got a bunch of stuff going on all the time, and of course the bartenders are always phenomenal too. So, But going back to the Christmas bars,
yeah.
Nickel City's a really good one.
Right.
Obviously we know that's going on to I think the end of the year. Down and Out, if you haven't gone, which you probably haven't because it started yesterday, go check it out. It's awesome. Invite us. We might meet you up. It's so cool. So much fun. A third one, also you mentioned Nick, but Fern also is bartending there from Nickel. He's always so good to us. Bartending, the staff there at Down and Out is just as good, if not better than most places. They're phenomenal. And then Birdie's, which is the old Lola's.
Okay, yeah, the one that you weren't too sure about the sandwich or something.
Yeah, the food I was not happy with. The margarita flight that I had when I went with Jordan, that was good. But the inside where they actually used to have the concerts, they had that shut off. Well, now they've got it all Christmased out. It looks really, really nice. And actually, Abraham Alexander is performing there Friday, Friday,
nice.
Friday night,
nice.
Which will be really cool. So probably something to check out if you don't have anything going on Friday.
So Tim, what did you do in our month?
Oh man, where to start? So I saw Post Malone here in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
And good God, he puts on such a good show. If you haven't seen Post Malone, you are missing out. Like, 100%. I would spend easily $200 for a ticket.
Oh wow.
I would love to go back and see him again. We need to get Posty on the show. So if you know him, he's from this North Texas area. So put him in contact with us. Let's get him on the show.
Hell yeah.
But for real, it was such a good show, and you honestly see his immense talent whenever he's up there. So not only does he play his like popular hits, right? He's going through like his new stuff. His stage performance is great. They had these big lights that would come down, and they were almost like spaceships is what they look like.
Wow.
Like they're going to beam them up. The laser show was awesome. It had the loudest fucking...
Whoopsie. It wasn't me. Aha.
It had... I was like, is that you? It had the loudest fucking indoor fireworks I've ever heard.
Really?
Yeah, it was insane. I mean,
Dickies.
Yes, at Dickies. Yeah, it scared me. Like, it scared a lot of people because it was so loud and so intense, right? But not only that, you also catch that Posty has some like metal influences in his life, which a lot of people know that because on some of his songs, he goes straight into like metalcore vocals, and it's insane. It's absolutely insane. He was wearing a Power Trip shirt, which was a local metal band here in the North Texas area in Dallas. Their lead singer, he passed away not that long
was
ago.
Was that Dimebag's band?
No.
Oh, that was Hell Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, and Damage Plan.
Yeah.
Or Damage Plan was Dimebags. Anyways, so he had a Power Trip shirt on. From what I understand, the guys from Power Trip were actually at the show too.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, such a great show. And I don't know the guy that opened up, something Rodney Rich or something. I don't know.
Roddy
Rich, yeah. I know one song by him.
Yeah.
He was good. I wasn't there to see him. I was there to see Post Malone. But then, halfway towards the end, he goes, that was me. I touched the metal.
Oh, okay.
Halfway towards the end,
It's like we don't know what to do anymore.
Is somebody breaking into my house?
We're making all sorts of crazy ass noises on this shit.
He brings out the acoustic guitar, and he does a couple songs acoustic, and then he finishes up the show as what he said with his only good song, White Iverson.
Oh,
That was an amazing song.
Yeah. He says, I'm gonna finish up the show, and it's like I'm gonna play you my best song, and he's like White Iverson. I was like, holy shit! It was good, so good. So yeah, did that, and then went on a little road trip up to OKC.
That's short for Oklahoma City, people.
With Brian and Lance. Brian's got the Man in Black leather studio. If you want some leather goods, custom leather goods, go see him. And then Lance from the Emo Tacos.
Emo Otaku, you fool.
Hey, I finally got to
Emo
go on
Taco. Yeah, you did.
podcast.
I heard it. It was good. You did good, sir.
I appreciate it.
You did your homework.
I'm not a big anime fan. I mean, I'm beginning to be an anime fan, but Lance invited me on. I was like, "Give me some homework." I watched like 3 whole shows.
He was pumped about that. He was like, "Chad's like all about doing his homework."
I had a great time, man. It was so much fun. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're good. So, anyways, we went up there to Oklahoma City. We went and saw some bands up there. It was Hatebreed. Was performing. They were headlining, and it was their 20-year Perseverance. So Perseverance was the album that really just kind of got them on the map. If you don't know what Hatebreed is, Hatebreed's a hardcore band. They're really good people. Such a good time.
I thought Perseverance was an old wooden ship.
It is. It is, and also the album that got Hatebreed on the map. So if you've never been to a hardcore show, the pits get kind of crazy. So there was a lot of circle pit happening. But we saw Gate Creeper, Dying Wish, and Body Snatcher up there, and they were all really good hardcore and some like doom metal and all that good stuff.
What would you consider Soulfly?
New metal.
Yeah.
NU metal.
NU, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the hardest concert I've ever been to. Soulfly.
This was ridiculous. It was such a good time. But while we were up there, so Hatebreed's doing their set, and the pit's going on, and we're standing like, so Lance, he just had shoulder surgery, so he's like, I'm not going to get in it. Brian goes to the edge of the pit, and he's just standing there, just kind of like, pushing people back in, all that stuff. I look over and I see this dude. He's taking his shirt off, and I'm like, and that's normal at these shows. It gets hot, it gets sweaty, but I'm like, I'm looking at this guy, and like I spotted him out early on, and I'm not trying to judge people, but I'm like, all right, there's something up with this dude. I was like, I know this dude has done time just by looking at his tattoos. I can tell, right?
Yeah.
Then he pulls his shirt off, and he's got fucking white pride tattooed across his belly. All right.
That sounds like it should belong at a metal show.
Yeah, exactly.
But not a hardcore show, man. And certain types of metal, I could see it maybe. But they're not about that life. And halfway through, dude, the lead singer of Hatebreed was like, all right, somebody told me there's a Nazi out there. I'm not the fucking cops. Y'all handle your shit. That's what we do, is we handle our own shit. No one's going to snitch. You do what you got to do. And they fucking like got into him and muscled that fucker out, man.
Jesus
It was intense. It was really good.
Was it Kanye? What Kanye?
Kanye was there.
Was that you, Kanye?
Yeah. So while in Oklahoma, I had one of the most American energy drinks you possibly can ever get.
Was it Kid Rock's Ball Sweat?
No, it was called.
Is that a real thing?
No, it should be though.
It was called America,
Okay.
Nice.
and it was disgusting.
It pours as red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
Like somehow the colors don't bleed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
There's a
Do not
chemical.
bleed.
There's a chemical in there that literally 5 seconds of red, 5 seconds of white, 5 seconds of blue,
Right.
and
Yeah.
after that, an eagle-shaped thing comes out of the drink
And
is what it
claws
sounds
your
like.
eyes out and then
Yes.
takes off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. So Oklahoma City was pretty cool. We were gonna stop at this like badass brunch spot. We roll up, and apparently it's a really badass brunch spot because there was a line around the block,
That sounds about right.
and so we opted for Waffle House, which we still had to wait.
God damn.
I guess OKC. There's not a whole lot of brunch. I don't know. Actually, we were in
that's-
Norman. We went down to Norman because
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, we stayed in Airbnb.
I mean, you got, was it Oklahoma State, right? That's right there?
yeah, OSU.
OSU.
No, OU
OU
is it
yeah.
Norman?
Oh, is it?
OU's in Norman, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
either way, you got a big college town. You got everybody wanting breakfast, I'm sure.
Yeah, so we did that, and it was a good, just a kind of 1 day trip. Went up there, saw the band, left the next day, got back to Texas. Got home around 3:00.
Nice.
Good time, and then I had a birthday over the
Happy
holidays.
birthday!
So
Happy
it was the
birthday.
18th of this month, and for my birthday, I did my yearly cruise, which might be my last cruise.
What the? No, it's not.
Is it
Dude,
because there was a Tom Cruise there?
no, but it honestly,
Penelope Cruz?
Ooh.
I would come back.
Oh my!
It
course
was.
you would.
It was. No. It was. All right. So this was the first
I'm so horny.
official cruise where they lifted all restrictions.
Wait, what? Oh, so
All restrictions are lifted. You
that chubby
don't,
man in thongs.
Orgy restrictions?
you don't have to have COVID vaccine. You
Oh,
can do
wow.
whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it was packed. 4,500 people on the ship. I don't like the ship that much. It's the Carnival Vista. Don't ever go on that one. It's not that
Ew,
cool.
That one?
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
You don't know shit
Yeah.
about
No.
There are people just licking everything on the buffet like no one gave
No,
a
but
shit.
no, people like literally people forgot how to act. I think over the past 2
America.
years of not being able to go. You know.
Oh, yeah.
And we've seen that, but then like you put 4,500 people in a boat, and it just kind of like exacerbated.
We all know that cruise people are a different breed anyway.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I've been on multiple cruises. I love a good cruise. I know
yeah,
you've been
yeah.
on tons of
and
fucking cruises.
I love them.
But cruise people are different people.
This one was a little bit different though, and one of the things that stood out to me is I watched people get fucking actual like physically violent with each other over luggage tags.
Luggage tags?
Yeah.
Did
so,
some of them have like, I voted for Biden?
No,
And then people were like, hey there, you don't love America. You're a commie.
the last day you're on the ship, if you don't want to carry your luggage off, you go and you stand in line and wait for them to bring them out. So we got there an hour early.
Bring them out. Bring them
And-
out. Bring them out.
It's done in order. So like if you get a low number, then you get off the ship sooner.
Yeah.
Dude, so the line, we were 20th in line.
Oh, wow.
It ended up wrapping all around this area. There was probably like 150, 200 people in line. And the guy brings them out. He's like, all right, where's the start of the line? And the lady at the front was like, it's right here. And so the guy brings out this cart, sets it there, and fucking bailed. Right? And then the people that were at the end of the line were like, fuck this. Some younger, he's probably in his like 20s. Someone was trying to keep him from like, because he came from the back of the line.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm going to get what I'm going to get. And started like getting physically violent. And somebody grabbed some woman by the arm. I mean, it was like crazy. So this lady that we kind of had some beef with earlier in the cruise.
Why did you have beef with a lady in the cruise?
Because we were at the comedy show, and she and her twin daughters were so fucked up. They were being completely belligerent, yelling at the comic. It just like ruined the whole thing. And we were sitting right behind them. It was terrible. They ended up kicking him out of the comedy show, which I've never seen anybody kicked out of anything on a Carnival cruise ship. It's like the Walmart of the seas. They allow everything, right?
All things go.
But no, they kicked him out. So, anyways, they kick her out. So we kind of had this like beef with her a little bit, but she saved the day. She was up there. She kind of had that like
she pulled her fucking machete out. Everybody get out of here! God damn it!
So to me, she had that almost like New Jersey
bitch
Italian
energy.
soprano woman kind of thing,
throwing gabagool at people.
Yes, and so she pulled out her gabagool, smacked some people across the face.
Damn.
And then it's like, hey, y'all
really?
But she was like, hey, y'all are in line, and hands us like some of the luggage tags so we could just get out of there. So she like saved the day. We got some luggage tags, bailed. But it was just fucking nuts, man.
That sounds crazy.
Like everything about it was kind of crazy. I'm like, all right, maybe next year.
All right, so tell me something good about the cruise.
Dude, I'm gonna get there.
Pizza bar.
Okay.
I'm saying maybe next year I'm gonna do an all inclusive.
Oh, okay.
And skip the cruise and just do that. But the good things about the cruise were the ports. So I got to play with fucking monkeys in Honduras. I had a monkey on my head.
I don't know why that was so weird. Tim sends a text message in the group text, and he's like,
I have a monkey hat.
I have a monkey hat. And we're like, what are you talking about? He's like, I got to hang out with monkeys. And then Javier's like, nah, picture didn't happen, basically. Because we're like, what the fuck is he even talking about?
Yeah.
Tim sends this picture, which we'll have to post on social media. It is the largest smile I've ever seen out of Tim. It is almost creepy status. And there's a monkey sitting on his fucking head in this picture.
It's a capuchin monkey. So it's the monkey from Friends.
Is that a fucking monkey on his head?
It's Marcel.
That was the most. You were so happy.
I was so
I'm
happy,
glad to
dude.
see
I was
that
extremely happy, man. It was the best. It was the highlight of the trip. But you walk over to where the monkeys are at, and they come, dude. They're like 20 feet away and just launch themselves at your head.
That's about right.
Oh yeah.
And then they're like all over you and just hanging out. They told us not to coax them. I coaxed one. Got it up on my shoulder.
I mean, it was on your head.
No. They were putting stuff on there for that.
Oh, okay.
But like I walked over, there was one just sitting on the fence. I walked over by the fence. I was like, hey, come on. And it jumped up on my shoulder. It was like,
you had a full ass conversation?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, man, it was good.
Get over here,
He
monkey.
knew English. This monkey in Belize knew English.
No, it was in Roatan, Honduras.
Okay.
His name was Maurice.
Sorry, my bad.
And
the Honduran monkey knew English.
So Roatan is an English-speaking island of Honduras.
It is, yeah.
Because it was owned by the British, man.
Yeah, we went there.
Yeah.
We did
So that's why it knows English, man. They were all speaking English.
I met a girl over there.
Anyways, it was.
Hey-o.
Remember, then my shoulders hurt from freaking out at the swim, and then I couldn't meet up with her.
This
after.
is when we went snorkeling, and the boat left us to go pick up other people, and then Javier freaked out because he thought we were being left out at sea. And
Open water, bitch. You ever seen that movie?
And he was like, I can swim to shore. And he starts freaking out. It was bizarre. Okay, back to
That
you.
sounds right. Yeah, so that was great. Did some shopping in Mexico. Actually left the port area and went around into some of the areas of Cozumel.
Nice.
So that was pretty cool. And then we went to Belize, did our third Mayan ruin there.
Cool.
It was great. I love that culture. I love Belize. Belize is a country that I would totally try to move to.
Did you drink some Balikans?
I did.
Ooh, I love me some Balikan beer.
It is pretty good.
Yeah.
I wonder if I know it's not.
But I did get something.
Hey, heroin. No heroin.
Did you bring drugs back?
I'm not going to show you what kind of. This is wine, but I don't want you to see the label.
I bet there's like a
It
monkey
looks like
on
someone made it in their tub.
They probably did. So we're going to have a little sip of this.
Why won't you let us see the label? It looks like whiskey. Is that you said that's wine?
Yeah, it's
my
wine. It's only
God.
15%.
Pours like whiskey.
It looks like a
Or
sugar
brandy.
Looks like sugar wine. Or
Interesting.
sugar water.
taste it, and then
I bet you do, bitch.
Taste this.
I want you
dick.
to give it a taste and tell me
Ooh, story of my life.
what you think it might be made out of.
Okay, let me give this a nice spin, like a fancy wine should.
It'd be funny if Tim jerked off in this fucking bottle and he's like,
Okay.
hey, y'all are drinking my semen.
Ooh, that's weird.
It smells banana-ishy.
That is weird.
15% is a lot for wine on the group
Yeah,
chat.
it's very caramely, like it was in a barrel, but also like getting too much like oxygen because
Yeah, it's
it
funky,
smells
man.
corked or something.
It is funky.
It smells kind of like a
I don't know if I like it.
pulque almost.
No, it's very caramely. It's almost like a it almost tastes like a port. That's been sitting too long, but
Kinda
in the wrong conditions.
Kind of like cane water in a barrel.
Like sugar cane?
Like sugar cane.
You know, we've been talking about getting Mikey back on the show. He's about to start a new role, and we want to get him on anyway. We need to give him this and see what his
what his take is on it.
Yeah, as a cicerone.
So it's cashew wine.
Cashew, I can taste it. I can taste it in the back of my throat.
No, you just said nut in the back of your throat. That's all you said.
I can taste the nut. I can taste it.
I know nut, and this is nut. On the group chat, the monkeys made it. Yes, I can almost.
The monkeys made the wine. Actually, that would make more sense, I think.
There is hair and a monkey's nail in here.
It's a little rough for me. I'm not a big fan of it.
Rough the way our mother likes it.
I mean,
but it's not. It's smooth.
My sweet boy Tim brought it from Belize, so I'm gonna drink it.
I'm gonna finish it up too.
I don't love it.
I don't love it either.
You know, it's not that bad.
So they tell you that if you drink it, you won't have a hangover the next day.
Did you chug a bottle?
That's because no one's ever actually finished a bottle of this shit. You know, no one actually gets drunk because they drink about as much as we are. They're like, you know what, I'm out.
That bottle cost me $20.
Jesus fucking Christ!
But they hyped it up, man.
Of course they
These
did.
you get blowjob with these drinks. You drink enough, ladies flock to you. Your dick grow 10 inches.
What?
Listen here, my friend.
There, that's better.
Hey, vato,
Okay,
come over
no,
here and
this
drink these, man.
Please.
Hey, puto.
Okay, stop.
So it's
Okay,
specially
sorry.
matured and bottled by Travelers Liquors LDT.
By travelers enslaved.
2.5 miles North Highway. So this is the address: 2.5 miles North Highway, Belize City, Belize.
North Highway, Atlanta, Georgia. It's from Atlanta.
Made from Belize's finest hand-picked cashews. Yeah. So 15% alcohol by volume. It's
Dude, I did that shit. I was on a cruise with Danny and Courtney, and I think we were in the Bahamas. And I saw this bottle, and it had like fruit in it, like an actual mango in the bottle. It was like mango
I
rum.
drank that.
And I was like, ooh, I'm bringing this back for everyone. Because, we all drank
we
it.
all drank
And I was
it.
like, ooh, I'm going
You
to bring
drank
this
it
back
too.
for the dudes.
Did I?
Yes.
It was like this, from the Bahamas. And then I was so drunk when I bought it because we were, I don't know, booze cruise or some shit, that I never realized that it was made and bottled in Montana. It was good, though. I mean, it was interesting.
Yeah, so just to finish off like my little updates,
finish me off,
school
Daddy.
is going well. I'm almost done with the semester.
Hey,
3.84 GPA right now.
That's
So
not 4.0 though.
No,
bitch.
but it's better than I've ever done in my entire life at anything.
Cheers,
so
man. Congratulations. And for
pretty
that,
proud of that one.
I love how you said that. Oh,
and for that, I will congratulate you with this one chip challenge chip.
Oh, no.
no.
Oh, we're not doing that.
This is not that episode.
Not that episode. And then just to finish off everything, I got a
You already
concert.
said that.
I finished the update, but I got a concert this weekend that's going to be at Amplified Live out in Dallas. Y'all go check it out. It's going to be Counterparts, See a Space Cowboy, Dying Wish, and Foreign Hands. Counterparts' new album is fucking awesome. Dying Wish is amazing. I haven't seen the other two, so that's it. That's
And also this weekend, Anime Frontier convention is going to be at Fort Worth Convention Center all weekend. If you are a fan of anime or Gundam, check it out. They're going to be there. They have a special Gundam exhibit. Check it out.
Yeah, tickets are $20 for the not that one. I don't know about that one
For the show.
but for the show.
concert.
Yeah, I think it's like $20 or something like that. Come hang out with Lance and I. We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
So
Who all was on other podcasts? Is that what we're
I think
getting
we were.
into?
I think
No,
we,
I haven't really talked about. I mean, we talked about Austin, but I haven't.
Oh
talked
yeah,
about-
that's right.
So, it was a fun month. Similarly to you, I have been knocking out school. I've got 2 weeks left. I graduate in 3 weeks.
Hooray!
December 17th, I'm going to graduate, and your 3.84 is fantastic. But boy, I got a 4. I got a straight up.
What the fuck was that?
Oh my god!
Jesus.
I mean, it's not that
Christ.
surprising. I mean,
You got a 4?
yeah, I'm going to graduate with
No,
a
he got a 0.4.
0.0.
I got a 4, baby. I is smart. I
Same
is
as
kind.
the breathalyzer. No, super excited about graduating. I'm going to have a lot more free time next year. Looking forward to that.
Good nerd.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, so we mentioned that we weren't able to do the podcast last week, and that was kind of my fault because, I've got this 94 Toyota Land Cruiser, right-hand drive from Japan. I love it. I've had it for 3 years. But if something bad happens to it, like, a head gasket going out, it takes me, I don't know, anywhere from like 3 days to 3 months to get the right parts and then get it fixed. And so I'm kind of down without a vehicle. Well, back in July, I ordered a Highlander, a brand new Toyota Highlander. And it was supposed to come in 8 to 12 weeks. And that was like 8 to 12 weeks ago. And so, that it was supposed to be in. And so I went up to the dealership. Man, dealerships now are ridiculous.
Yes.
I mean, they are not even selling you on anything
No.
because they have nothing on the lot. They're basically glorified order takers. And even then, they can't tell you the truth. I'm like, goddamn, I know exactly what I want. Here it is. I've already figured it out on the Toyota website. This is what I want. And they're like, yeah, but it's going to be $3,000 more than that. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. All right, supply and demand. I'm just going to give you the benefit of the doubt. And they still take forever. And so, like, I went back up to the dealership, and they're like, oh, yeah, it's going to take another 3 to 4 months. I'm like, fuck this. I go to Freeman Toyota over there, because this was in Toyota Fort Worth, and, fuck that place.
Fuck that place, by the way.
Yeah, fuck that place.
Fuck that place. I went to Freeman Toyota over there.
We got a smear campaign going on right now.
Ever since Victor left, that place has gone to shit.
Yeah.
I know the people.
All right, but you went to Freeman?
Apparently the seller that sold me, I say quote because I told him exactly what I want and he just ordered it. He lied to me multiple times. He wouldn't call. He's always on vacation. Apparently he's like their best seller, but it's because he's one of those guys that's been there for like 20 fucking years and he just like is just
coasts.
He's got tenure.
Yeah, he's just a piece of shit. But so I went over to Freeman. And I told them this would happen, and they're like, "Well, we can get you a Highlander. This is why yours took longer than they said. We already know, and we're going to have this, and that on the lot here pretty soon." And they got me in a brand new 4Runner, 2023 4Runner for about the same I was going to pay for this Highlander that I didn't even want, but I thought the Highlander would be faster and they had better like financing rates because financing's stupid right now.
Yeah,
but better deal, better pizza, Papa John's. I get that truck next Thursday. Super stoked. It's all blacked out, new 2023 4Runner.
Nice.
It's like it's got it's not a TRD, but it's got the whole TRD package.
It's got a TRD package. So it's like the TRD off-road.
Right, sort of.
Version of the...
Right. It's sweet. I cannot wait, man. So, yeah, I've been without a car for a couple of weeks, which has been rough. I mean, I work from home, but still, it sucks having to rely on, Uber and people. And I appreciate, Sarah for driving me around and my parents for letting me borrow the car every now and then. But
especially for that trip to Austin. It was really cool of them to let us take that.
Yeah, so been busy.
Yeah.
But, then I went to a concert last night. I went to the Jingle Ball. I went to go see. It was Khalid. The big
sounds like a weird porno.
No, it's like the radio. What is it?
Kiss FM.
Yeah, the Kiss FM iHeartRadio thing.
Yeah.
And so there's a bunch of musicians or artists I've never heard of, like Lauv. Have y'all heard of Lauv?
No.
I knew like 3 of his songs, but I've never heard of them before.
I know Valve.
But it was Khalid, Black Eyed Peas, and Jack Harlow. And so I missed Khalid, which I'm pretty upset about.
Black Eyed Peas still relevant?
Yeah. They even said, so this is legit. They're on the stage and they're like doing all the songs that we obviously all know. And they said, we love Fort Worth and we love Dallas. The last time we came here was in 2011 when we played at the Super Bowl. And I was like, holy shit.
That's so bad.
I was like, this is the last. They haven't been here in 11 years.
I need this tea.
Yeah, it's not good wine, man, but we still love you and appreciate you. But it was fun. Jack Harlow put on a great show. Lauv was actually really talented. Got to see him, and then the Black Eyed Peas closed it out. So that was fun. And then this weekend, I'm going to. You talked about all-inclusive trip. I'm going to be going to Mexico with our friend Jordan over at Forever Reckless, our friend Robin over at Corks and Cowtown, and then my buddy G. And so the 4 of us are going
Y'all finally made it happen.
We finally made it happen, and I could not be more excited. I am so stoked to be going out of town and going to like an all-inclusive. It's going to be shitty. I already know. It's going to be like when we went to Jamaica that one time. It's going to be like ridiculous. I'm going to drink way too much.
Don't. Just enjoy yourself.
No,
That's
I'm
the
going
whole point.
to
That's the
by
point.
drinking
Is
way
it?
too much.
Yeah.
I paid for it. You know what I mean? I'm going to drink every ounce of liquor I can put in my body without dying.
That makes my head hurt.
Then I come back.
In my butthole.
Yeah. Yeah, because last time. Yeah, I remember.
Once you pass out, your butthole hurts right after.
So I'll be in Mexico for 5 days. I come back, I rest, and the next day I'm going to Colorado for 4 days. So I'll be gone all next week from the beach to the mountains. I'm pretty stoked about it.
What you doing in Colorado?
Smoke some nothing.
Nothing.
Just
nothing.
Smoke some salmon over there. I don't know, maybe a ham or
trout,
two?
maybe. Not salmon.
No?
Trout. They got trout there. Not salmon.
Okay, sorry. They don't have salmon over there?
Not big. Not big on the salmon up there.
No, salmon's like in Alaska. And
Yeah,
shit.
they got that wild what is it? Sockeye salmon. Yeah.
Yeah, it's trout.
I don't know about fish, you fucking nerds.
Be hopping around breweries and getting some food.
You going up to Denver or what?
Yeah, Denver and then Boulder for
Nice.
a couple days. Yeah, very much looking forward to that. And then the next week I graduate. It's gonna be and then the next week it's Christmas, and the next week is New Year's. Fuck, this year, man, where did it go?
It kind of destroyed the world. This is a simulation, so that's why it went by really fast.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Hey, and you got a new car. I bought a new car.
Well, new to you.
All right, 98 Buick LeSabre. If you see a beigeish color. What I don't know what color it is. Buick LeSabre with honk if you're horny for gate creeper on the back of the window. Just wave at me.
Yeah. Or don't, because you say honk if you're horny for gatekeeper. Creeper.
Creeper, yeah.
So that's already like, you know.
Okay, just honk at me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody's horny for gate creeper.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So we got any like crazy
We've got
group updates?
One group update I want to make sure we hit on because we've been out for a month. The most time we've been apart since, COVID? When we first took some time off in COVID. So we had a month off. But right now, the Fort Worth Magazine has already started their Best of campaign for 2023.
Oh,
and
no.
so it is that time. So vote for us if you'd like. Best radio personality. We'd very much appreciate it. For all of you that are here on YouTube chatting with us, first off, thanks for hanging out with us. We have pinned the link there. So if you haven't already done so, please make sure you go in and vote for the Funky Panthers Best Radio Personality Fort Worth. We'll make sure we post this on social media as well. We always appreciate you all for doing this. We've won Fort Worth Magazine 2 years in a row. This would be 3 if we did take it. But, we didn't win on the other one, so we wouldn't get butthurt.
At this point, I don't think the other one really matters. Fort Worth Magazine is where it's at.
Well, you're just saying that because we've won it twice.
I'll tell you what. Fort Worth Roots doesn't have a shandy drink over there at Down and Out. So.
Goddamn right. And they also weren't on the Fort Worth Weekly's Instagram on Halloween when we were in Nickel City hanging out with Eddie.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
You mean Fort Worth Poots.
The Fort Worth Poots, as in Pootos.
We might not be the best on paper, but we're still the best in Fort Worth's hearts.
Absolutely.
And that's what really matters.
I think Jerry Jonestown won that.
We're the best in their hearts.
And I know all of our
groin.
I know all of our jaws hurt from Jack. I mean, no.
All right, time for sports.
Oh, fuck. Sports.
And now, action sports with Javier. Take it away, Javier.
Dallas Cowboys in roll 4-1 since Dak came back from injury. Won last week against the New York Giants for Thanksgiving. The week before, unfortunately, we had that loss against Green Bay. A game we shouldn't have lost. The Philadelphia Eagles did beat them.
No, you're wrong. The week before was the Minnesota game.
Oh, the Minnesota Vikings 40-3, where we dominated. It was crazy game, high-scoring match. Of course, they all can't be that way. We were down in the Giants game during Thanksgiving, but we did come back up and we did win the game. We play this Sunday.
When was the last time we won the Thanksgiving game?
It's been
like 27
4 years.
Okay.
It's been 4 years. We've lost 4 years in a row. Our next game is Sunday against the I don't know who the quarterback's going to be. It's going to be Matt Ryan's going to be the quarterback of the Colts, but we'll see.
Who's your take?
That? What the
Are you
hell's
playing
going on?
I
commercials?
don't know.
Are you watching porn in the background?
No.
So in other sports news, the World Cup is going on right now. We've been gone for a month, and it's been happening for about 2 weeks now. We're creeping up on group stages. The stages are ending. We're going into the round of 16. And right now, how it's looking, it seems like, even though they lost today, France is going to kind of be there in the hopes of winning the World Cup. Still hoping for that Argentina-Portugal final. Today was a heartbreak for Mexico. We needed 3 goals to make it to the next round. Unfortunately, we weren't able to for the first time in 40 years that we have not made the second round of the World Cup.
Very sad.
Very disappointing. But the United States did win their match last night, yesterday afternoon, to make it to the next round.
Dude, that was intense, man. I watched about the first half of it before I had to go back to work. God.
Dude, that last minute of the match was fucking. Everybody was like yelling. Even the guys at work were like, "That's a penalty! They should have fucking. They need to shoot a penalty."
Well, when they added 9 minutes when it was all said and done, right?
Yeah,
It was like everyone was gassed. It was.
At the end of the match, you saw that people were just gasping for air, like
it was
chugging
rough
water.
to watch.
But they were so close. I mean, the whole time, like that's what. Okay, I'm not a big soccer fan.
Yeah.
But this match, because of how many times they were in each other's, area, their box or whatever.
Yeah, their box. That's what you call it.
Getting ready to score, right there
Score that box,
in
baby.
the red zone, if you would.
Yep, sure.
Okay. I mean, sometimes it's that time.
You know.
Yeah. Whoa, hold on. Jesus, guys.
Yeah, but for real, I mean, they were right on each other's goals the entire time, and it was very intense.
Yes, it was. I'm very glad to see them, especially since they scored the box from Lance on the group chat. It's a very good to see the USA back in the World Cup, and even better that they made it advance to the next round. Other big sports news in the world of soccer, of course, Argentina advanced to the next round. Messi playing in what might be his final World Cup. There are talks he's going to be playing with Inter Miami for the MLS. So hopefully that happens here. Season starts up like in February.
And if he does, he'll be one of the highest paid soccer players.
I got no more news for you on that.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
This just in. Cristiano Ronaldo freshly out of his contract with Manchester United, which
shit.
controversy came through after an interview with Piers Morgan came out. He was talks with the Saudis. Gonna might be play with the Saudi Arabia team at the cost of $200 million a year.
Holy
$200 million a year. At this point of his career, which I'll get into on Thursday for the Ballback podcast, essentially be like $5 million a week. He'd be getting paid.
God damn.
Tail end of his career, he has to take this.
I'll fucking run on a field.
I'd fucking, dude, if there's somebody that could, I would do it. I mean, obviously, it's where the money's at right now.
Yeah, but do you ever fear, like if you're playing for Saudi Arabia, that if you don't do well, that something bad might happen?
No, because you're going to get paid. You're going to get paid regardless.
Yeah, no,
And
it's not.
murder?
It's not gonna.
Maybe.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, if you go cheering in Iran for USA winning, you get
Yeah.
fucking murdered.
Yeah,
True.
because that happens.
Well, a lot of fucking horrible shit's going on right now in Iran. So,
It is.
On the chat, I'd do a lot of stuff for that amount of money. I would too. Like I would, my mouth would no. Anyways, sad news also. Pele, legend with Brazil, winner of multiple World Cups. Man, he's doing really bad right now. And he's actually worsening. Man, it's very sad to say, but I'm not sure if he's going to make it to the final of this World Cup. So all of the soccer gods, please lay your hand on Pele, the greatest player in the history of soccer. Of course, not in the modern time. You got Cristiano and you got Messi, but prayers to him and cheers to you.
kind of backhanded.
Yeah, I know.
But no, that's it. That's it for sports.
Man, that was a lot.
It was.
And that was Action Sports with Javier. Thank you, Javier.
Don't forget to check out the Ballback Podcast, available on all streaming platforms.
Or don't. No one hates you if you don't.
Hey, do it. I'm sucking dick for that Cristiano Ronaldo money. I'll do it.
I bet you are.
I'll fucking do it.
You know what's weird? I was honestly having a conversation with somebody about this the other day, and I can't remember who it was. Yeah, kind of. I was like, when you're in high school and you're like, man, what would you? How much would it cost you to do that?
Not a lot.
And like back then, you're like, oh, millions and millions of dollars.
Give me $1 million.
Back then, not a lot now.
Someone shows me a cool $500. You know what I mean? Like, like come on.
Listen.
It's 2022.
Is it to completion or what?
I'm going to say this.
500, I get you halfway. 1,000, we're going all the way.
They had a similar conversation on the TFTI podcast with this and Rosie O'Donnell.
How much to fuck Rosie O'Donnell?
No, but if it was for like if you can have any
$10.
actor in your movie, but to completion, you had to make her
$10
orgasm. And so I'm thinking, I'm comfortable with my sexuality. I'm fine with whatever.
Right.
I've kissed a man before.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't even like it though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no,
Neither did I. It was
buddy.
weird. The two of us were involved. It got strange.
Yeah.
But I think I would do it for about a good $10,000.
I need more attention next time.
I don't think you.
GoFundMe. Hey, get that GoFundMe going right now. And I'm just kidding. Tammy's gonna be like, I knew it.
I knew it. She's just been waiting for the moment.
She is still waiting for that moment.
All right.
I actually want to bring. Oh no, you're up. Sorry,
I'm
buddy.
up, man. I'm
Sorry,
up.
buddy. Go ahead. Woo!
And now it's time for news with Tim. Take it away, Tim.
I didn't know if I had that in me anymore.
Man, I didn't either.
Came right out.
But you know what? You did a good job.
Muscle
there,
memory.
buddy.
It's like writing a man. You just get
All
back on in and you straddle up and you go yeehaw.
So as a almost college graduate over here,
Oh yeah, that's me.
and someone who's a long ways out, what if I told you that who needs to pay for fucking college?
I mean, okay.
So a man pretended to be a student at Stanford, and he got away with it for nearly a year.
Like actually was going to classes and
Yeah,
everything.
he was just
Oh
showing.
yeah, I've thought about that a ton. a lot of these classrooms, you don't need like an ID card or anything. You
Yeah.
just kind of stroll in.
So William Curry from Birmingham, Alabama, was removed from campus on Thursday after a resident assistant for Carruthers Hall found the man living in the basement of the dorm.
Holy shit.
Resident assistant of Carruthers Hall told the student newspaper that Curry posed as a sophomore studying pre-med and falsely claimed he was recruited to the Stanford's men's track and field team in 2020.
Wow. I mean, I feel like if you're going to go out like that, don't go hide in the basement. Like, you're going to get caught. You're going to get got. Why don't you just go pay someone to like stay in their, apartment or something?
So
and,
it seems like he was actually found out several times since December 2021, and despite receiving multiple stay-away letters, campus officials said that they were unable to locate him until Thursday after he was accused of stealing a TV from the dorm's basement.
Wow.
This is kind of like that lady that always sneaks into airports and gets on planes and flies to different places, and then she goes to jail because there's like a lady who's known to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
And she's done it multiple times?
Multiple times. Like an elderly woman. It's like she's like maybe in her 60s.
How does she even get away with that?
Well, she's got like I think a small form of dementia or something like that.
I mean, like, I pay for flights, and I still sometimes think I'm not going to get on the plane. Like, how is she able to get through all the way through security without a ticket and do all of this?
I'm
It's-
confused.
On a plane.
As a matter of fact, and then her daughter has said in the past she's like my mom. She sometimes she
husband's
just
over
does
there.
this. Yeah, who knows? It's like the thing that you see where the guys make that videos where if you wear like a safety vest and carry a ladder and you walk in with confidence, you can get in anywhere.
I saw one where they were trying to get into some festival, and they came up with heads of lettuce and said they needed to bring the lettuce in for the salad bar. And they fucking let the dude I think it was like at the EDC or something like that, and just let him walk right through.
Just a little. How much are your tickets? I don't know. Eight heads of lettuce.
Like, don't even ask. I was asked to bring the heads of lettuce for Doja Cat.
I've seen guys over there like acting like they're sweeping up shit and just like sweeping out the front, and then they kind of sweep as they go into the fucking place, and nobody questions it.
Hey, yeah.
I mean, again, those security people probably are making minimum wage at best.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, it's a big. If it's a
whatever.
big event, I mean, you got to kind of be careful because terrorism and all that stuff.
So
Right.
what's crazy about this whole situation though is the guy was able to seamlessly integrate himself in with the students, and people didn't really question it until he did, kind of thing. The unique aspects of Mr. Curry's persistence and ability to integrate himself with our students' community has made it clear that gaps exist in those protocols. So now they're trying
I mean, it doesn't seem that far fetched to me.
No,
It really
no.
doesn't. I mean, like, unless he was like an 80-year-old man, like to integrate with the college students. I mean, like, it is so. There's everyone is on college campus. Like anyone, of course, you can integrate pretty easily. I don't understand why that's even an issue.
I mean, to get into whenever I was going to UTA to the cafeteria area and stuff like that, you had to use your ID to get in. And so,
I mean, they let us ride on into the TCC campus. We just told them we were like here to talk to a class. Yeah, that happened. Fort Worth Roots.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Oh, yeah,
I
we
bet you
did.
haven't done that. You didn't teach a college course
We did.
for one session.
Okay, so Panther Creek Ice Skating Rink will not open this winter in Fort Worth.
correct. Yeah, I thought we already talked about that.
No, we haven't really talked about it. I was
Wait.
going to bring it up.
Whoa! The one that's at the
drive-in.
no, that's not true. Is it true?
It is true.
It's going to be in the stockyards.
It's another company. So the Tarrant Regional Water District is the ones who ran the Panther Island Ice Skating Rink for a very long time, and they decided not to this year, and they've handed it over to a
Third party.
Yeah, third party that's going to run it now. And
But it's going to be
yeah,
in the stockyards, right? Which would be nice. I honestly think that'll be kind of cool because, I mean, no hate for the Coyote Drive-In. Love that. But if you want to go ice skating, like, it's kind of a random place to go do it. Like, why not go to the stockyards where you can get a couple drinks, go ice skating,
Smoke
go eat
cow
food.
shit, you know.
So a couple things that's going to be different. The skating rink was not part of the district's budget approved last month, this was in October is whenever that was approved. According to the release, other events cut from the upcoming fiscal year were Oktoberfest, Fort Worst, WURST, Marine Creek Health and Safety Fair, and Sunday Fun Day.
Marine Creek Health
Sunday
and
Fun
Safety
Day's
Fair?
been canceled.
That's not true.
That's
and
never
neither's
true.
Oktoberfest. Get the fuck out of here.
More like Cocktober.
Yeah, so some third party's going to run it.
Right.
So, it is what it is.
Interesting.
Sad news, and we're gonna have to go to the last one, so we can keep it alive. But Pizza Inn, the last of the Pizza Inns.
I didn't even know that was still a thing.
There's one left. There's only one left. I don't even know where the fuck it's at. I think it's on Hewlin.
There used to be one on Hewlin.
I know where it's at. It's over there, right off of Hewlin, Hewlin Mall, right over there.
Like where the old Luby's was.
Yeah,
kind of right next to that, I think.
Yeah, so all of them, they were big. Opened up in the 50s, really popular in the 80s, and they've all closed. Fort Worth's famous wrestling family, the Von Erichs, partnered with the restaurant back in the 80s and did a series of TV commercials that you can find on YouTube, which we'll have to watch those later.
There used to be one on Jacksboro Highway right by where the Ponchos is. And I used to go there every Sunday before CC's was huge.
You know, you've talked about unpopular opinions before, right? And you, I think, had one. I don't think neither one of us really had
what's
one.
your unpopular opinion?
I've got one, I think.
Is it Pizza Inn? You don't like it?
No, listen. If a business is going out of business, it's meant to go out of business. Like, you're not going to save it. I'm sorry. I know all of you love Luby's. But, like, if it's meant to die, it's meant to die. There's a reason why they're not successful anymore. You know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do?
Well, the pandemic really did away with a lot of cafeteria-inspired food.
That is true.
And so it really did a number on before whenever COVID struck, there were, I think, like 5 locations. The one off of 30 and 820, Forest Hill, Hewlin, the one off of 820 and Beach. And I think it's the only
Luby's I went to all the time was the one right on University.
Yeah, well, me too. But that hadn't been there in like 15 years.
I know, and that's sad. It's a dialysis center.
Yeah, it is. It
so
is
weird.
But you're right. I mean, I agree completely. Unfortunately, and I don't think the one in Forest Hill closed because it does get busy. And just like what Angie from Pedal Like Let's Eat said, the Sunday crowd is always packed.
And it's like Ponchos is just like 1 foot in the grave.
Bro, it is absolutely, because we went a couple weeks back and they had like maybe eight tables that had people there.
Yeah.
But man, like you said, it's gonna fail at some point here in the next year. Ponchos is probably going to go away.
We can't save it. We can go and appreciate the nostalgia by going and checking out the food from time to time.
Let's
but
go
we can't
check out the
food.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, if it's meant to fail, it's meant to fail. It's not fine dining. You know what I mean?
Yes, it is, you son of a bitch.
No,
I said that on the Fort Worth Foodies today. Are you fucking trolling me right now, you piece of shit? You motherfucker.
Listen.
Oh, speaking of Fort Worth Foodies, did you hear she got $40,000 from Facebook?
You hear what that bitch did? She bought trees.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's probably a good thing, though.
It's for a good cause. It actually is.
Yeah, well,
she's rebuilding a fence. She's using some of that money to
because of the good cause.
Look,
yeah,
I don't fucking like the lady.
I don't like the lady either.
But she bought trees because some people tore down a fence at the Brentwood Stair Church of Christ and stole fruit trees and vegetables.
maybe that church should pay taxes. Anyways, on the group chat, I loved Luby's and I even went there for a birthday dinner, but it's true they make like 2 or 3 good things. That is true. I always get the chicken fried steak. I always get the turkey because the turkey's where it's at.
We've talked about this too many times.
My dad would always get the the salmon patty thing.
Yeah.
And I was never allowed to get it, but it was actually really good the way they made it, but they would never let me get it because it was too expensive.
You know.
All right, so
no.
I know she on the group chat, she bought trees for a church.
Yeah,
I know.
I know.
I just don't like the woman.
And other crazy news, so like in Spirit Halloween fashion, a restaurant has set up life in the carcass of one of my favorite former restaurants in Fort Worth. The former Cannon Chinese Kitchen is now going to be a Texas-style pizzeria.
Really?
Coming in over there. Yeah.
What is Texas-style pizza?
It's going to be called the Sauced House. SAUCE' house.
I don't know why you're yelling. Just calm down.
Just
calm down.
It's just fucking pizza,
It's just
Tim.
pizza.
So Sauced is a downtown Grapevine
What a
pizzeria and takeout shop, and so they're going to open up over here as well. I don't really know. It looks almost like a thin crust, New York style thin crust, but they're calling it Texas style.
Interesting. I do like that place where Cannon was. I like that little house.
Yeah.
It always felt really cozy.
It's going to be cool. They're going to be setting some new life in there. I wonder how much they're going to change the inside. I really liked the wallpaper and all that stuff.
Beautiful.
Everything was really pretty in there.
Yeah.
But I am eager to try this place out once it does open because I like thin crust pizza.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the deep dish as much. I'm not a fan of.
I thought you meant deep throat.
I'm
Same
not
thing.
a fan of the Detroit style pizza.
I think that's my favorite. Is Detroit.
Is it?
Yeah, I used to think that I liked Chicago deep dish, but like it's basically like a casserole. You know what I mean? Like I like Detroit style pizza. It's thick. There's a lot going on. It's very flavorful. I think that's my.
I like a New York style, or I like a thin crust.
Tim likes it thick and beefy.
Like Gemelli, their pizza is. I think it's essentially kind of like a Detroit style.
Yeah,
I love their
that's
pizza.
what they said. It's supposed to be Detroit style. I think it's
Okay.
garbage. Anyways,
God damn.
my favorite pizza place is actually in Dallas. It's Eno's. They do that big sheet pan pizza. It's real good.
I think it's
That's
pronounced
in,
anus.
Bishop Arts, right?
So, are you familiar with Brigham Young University? Yes, it's
Yeah,
in Bishop Arts.
Okay,
the
thanks.
prudes.
Yeah.
You have to sign like a honor agreement or something.
So there's a rumor about a crabs outbreak at Brigham Young University, but it sparks talk about armpit sex.
Where's this place?
It's in Utah.
Isn't this where you just went?
No.
No wonder there's a crabs outbreak.
Hey, man, what the? First of all, I wax, baby. I'm as smooth as eggs down there.
So rumor began circulating that there was a outbreak of crabs at Brigham Young University, but not quite the way you might think.
Well, because they're Mormon and don't
Yeah.
have sex, right?
So this is completely unverified. We need a correspondent to head up there and find out.
Calling resident Mormon Mike the Bike. No, I'm kidding. He's not a Mormon.
The claim, some versions of which circulates every few years, was that undergrads were catching the STI not in their nether regions where pubic lice typically hang out, but in their armpits. The implication was that the majority of Mormon student population was using an intercourse workaround. I've never heard this, but it's possibly known as bagpiping.
What?
I know what it is, but I'll never tell.
So I'll tell. Bagpiping, where one partner pumps his penis in the armpit of the other. The theory, at least, this creates a pleasurable experience for at least one party involved while not compromising the participants' commitment to chastity.
No. That's not okay. I don't like that very much.
They've also got a thing called soaking.
Oh, I've heard of soaking.
Yeah. I've never heard of bagpiping. This sounds like something straight up out of Urban Dictionary.
Soaking is just like no movement.
No movement. You just put. There's movement when you put it in, though.
Ew, what? You just put it in and let it.
Yeah, you just let it soak.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
you don't do anything else. Just let it soak.
Just let it soak, buddy.
I don't know how I feel about that.
You've never heard of that? I've heard of everything sexual.
Bro, that just sounds very.
So you know bagpiping, but you don't fuck with soak.
He's a fan of bagpiping and Dutch rudders, man.
The only soak I know is the soakiness of a.
Oh
man.
my God.
And while we were gone, Aaron Carter dead at 34. Moving on.
Hey, J-Boy, my man on the group chat. Hey, buddy.
Look, all right. To speak on Aaron Carter, I figured it was going to happen. Man, that dude's been a train wreck for some time.
Man, it's sad though, man. It's.
all right. I had to go and figure out, like, I knew who he was, but I didn't really know why, other than his brother.
The man is a G. He dated Hillary Duff and Lindsay Lohan at the same time.
Yeah.
The man is a G. Put some respect on his name.
At the same
no,
time?
man, it's still at the same time.
No, he had like it's crazy to think about because we've been talking about doing a Kanye episode and talking about like that timeline and that decline, but he's also had like a considerable decline because he used to be the guy. He was the guy.
Yeah, he was.
And then you look at interviews now, he had all the like face tattoos and he looked just awful. And it's sad to see like someone kind of go from one to another.
Yeah, he just bought like a house too, and he was getting
Sad.
married to his fiance and all that stuff, and then he died.
Sad.
I mean, yeah, sure. I don't know.
And man, and unfortunately,
know.
also in other news, man, we heard this when we were in Austin. The Green Ranger, Jason David Frank, passed away due to suicide. And when I first saw it, I did not believe it. I didn't want to believe it. It is very, very sad. Growing up, everyone wanted to be the Green Ranger or the White Ranger, and it sucks. And it was horrible because, I mean, obviously we picked him because he was badass, but also because, he was dating the Pink Ranger.
Of course. That's
not
what
fucking
everyone
around.
really wants, yeah.
But man, very, very sad news.
I don't have that
And,
attachment.
So we had this conversation down in Austin. I'm pretty sure it was you. Yeah, we had this conversation, or I had it with Danny. I think it was us, about like when people of stature or fame pass, they don't really have much of an impact on me. Like, it's sad. I'll say it's sad, and it is sad. But
Certain
like,
people have, but like for me, but like in this case, like I wasn't a Power Rangers person. Like I was straight up Ninja Turtles.
You don't know
man.
these people.
I
Like
know.
it's hard for me to make a connection with somebody I've never actually physically met, and they might have an impact on you, but
Yeah.
that impact might still last through their music,
Like
or
if-
through
if-
their
if Sh- all right.
shows or movies or whatever.
If Shaq passes away,
Right,
you gonna have an impact?
that would be sad.
It's
And
gonna
I'd
impact.
feel-
I think it's gonna impact.
but
me a
I
little bit.
wouldn't like have an emotional.
I don't
attachment.
wish that happened. Knock on wood, Shaq. You're gonna live forever.
Shaq is going to live forever.
You're gonna
I
live
saw this
forever.
video of him like with Michael Jordan. I think it was on SportsCenter. They posted it on their Instagram, and like Shaq just demolished Michael Jordan in this like layup, and it was beautiful. I was like, God damn, young Shaq was the man.
He
man.
was. He's
God
still,
damn.
dude. He was. There's a reason why he went from Reebok to Walmart and sold like
He was
billions of dollars.
He
of
was
shoes.
fantastic inside the paint. Like he could.
He went
could,
hard in the paint.
He did. He could do some. He could do some layups. He was a hell of a rebounder.
Not so good at free throws.
Not
but
so good at free throws. Not so good at 3 points.
Of course not.
But anything inside that key, man, he was
Yeah.
good.
And he's a Renaissance man, which is my favorite thing about him.
But
Yeah,
still,
literally do anything.
you know, it was somebody I grew up with, and
Yeah.
it's a tragedy. I hope.
He was a household name.
He was.
It is sad.
I really hope that anyone out there, if you're having issues or problems, talk to somebody or like talk to us, because we're always open, and we also have our problems here and there.
Go listen to our boy J Boy. Go listen to his song "I'm Fine." Just go listen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Understand.
That's, I did want to bring that up because I feel like that was a piece of my childhood was that was my childhood growing up.
Yeah, and I mean, and I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't have that listed. I wasn't necessarily going to bring that up, but you know, that's cool. I knew it was important to you. You've got the Ranger thing. It was important to Jared. He's got the Green Ranger helmet at home.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which they talked about it on their podcast on Tales of the Fort. Or I'm sorry, the TFTI podcast where Jared was a guest. But yeah, on the group chat, unfortunately, big dogs don't live a long time, and Shaq is the biggest dog.
Yeah. I know that's not true. He's gonna live forever.
And also for the group chat, you take that back. Shaq will live forever.
Yeah, you
Agreed.
get out of here, Herbie.
Agreed.
And
All
Lance.
right.
Shaq is probably 98%
Lan-
robot at this
Lance
point.
needs
He's
to
got
stay
so
in
much
here.
damn money, and he dabbles in everything. He's
does.
probably mostly cyborg.
robot.
Yeah.
Mostly robot and partial man.
Right.
All right, and
Dude, it was an hour and 20 minutes of updates and news and sports.
and that was news with old Tim here. Thank you, everybody.
Man, yeah, it's been crazy being gone for a month, and you know, I know that update was long, but I mean, we've been gone for so long. We've done so many things. It's just like hard to keep track. I know,
We've done all the things,
and I do have to apologize. I'm very sorry for us edging the listeners into thinking we were coming back last week, because you know
hey,
We were.
we were edging them.
The thing was,
we're into that though.
Yeah, I love
they
it.
they love getting edged.
I love getting it.
We love getting edged. You're gonna love it too.
We fully anticipated being here live for you last week. Just, you know, circumstances came up with the vehicle situation, but it is what it is.
and
You
we're
know what I mean?
here, and we're here, and we're back in the groove.
I won't be here next week, though.
Yes, that's correct. Next week we're going to have. Do they know they're going to?
No,
be on?
they do know.
Okay.
Chad doesn't know. We're gonna have Lance and Antoine on.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
Very cool.
Fuck you, Antoine. No, it's going to be great.
Yeah, we're gonna get Antoine's hot takes
that
right here
guy's a-
on the show.
The guy's a massive hater. He's gone for like 4 months, and we had to pick up that slack. Of course, all three of us were on the Emo Otaku podcast, and I want to say that we did a lot better work than Antoine did.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think than he ever could.
Oh, yeah.
He can't hold our jock. I mean, I feel like that. It's like a big old baby arm, and his is like a wee little nit.
I feel though now that Antoine is back, that he's going to be back and better than ever, and he's going to bring his A game, is what I think.
Just shut up. He sucks.
Yeah, he does.
He's just the worst.
You suck, my boy. Hey, yeah. So, what do we want to get into tonight? I know we've been going for about an hour and 20
Man,
now.
I want to talk about Thanksgiving because we just had Thanksgiving.
We did, absolutely.
Okay.
We didn't
Last
do a
week.
Thanksgiving episode because we weren't here.
Gobble gobble.
What did y'all eat for Thanksgiving? Did y'all do
Everything.
the traditional turkey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Except I went hunting and I shot the turkey.
Oh.
So I made that turkey.
Oh,
Yeah.
big guy over
yeah,
here.
Mr.
What
Big
is
Dick Player.
I don't think I've ever had wild turkey versus I've had wild turkey,
Yes.
but
I think
not
we have some here.
not the wild game turkey. So what's your takeaway on that versus regular
So
store
listen,
bought?
Y'all, I've made a turkey for our friend group every year for the past like I don't know, 17 years.
It's been delicious.
Yeah.
It's always delicious.
It's pretty damn good.
Very
right?
damn good.
I made this turkey in the same fashion I would any other store-bought turkey, and it was garbage.
Oh my God, really? Was it all gamey and?
No, like it wasn't super gamey. It tasted fantastic, but it was just so dry. You know what I mean? Like you're with these wild turkeys that are just nonstop running around all the time, and I did not really anticipate.
So they don't have the fat.
Oh,
and,
there's zero fat on these things, and I tried to like put some like that injection with the Creole butter and stuff like that. Did not help. It was dry. I was pretty upset. I still ate quite a bit of it. I'm gonna mix it into like make some I don't know, enchiladas or soups or something with it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna use it. You know what I mean? But no.
Our house. So this was our first year hosting Thanksgiving for her family. I mean, we never hosted Thanksgiving. Period. So this is our first year hosting Thanksgiving at our house, and our oven that we bought, we got this double oven situation going on, and the bottom oven has an air fryer. So it's like a big oven that's an air fryer. So we air fried a fucking turkey.
Nice.
17 pounds did 2.5 hours.
Oh, nice.
How'd
it come out?
Fucking delicious, man. So we injected with the Tony Chachere's Creole butter.
Tony Chachere's.
We rubbed butter underneath the skin.
Ooh, I bet you did.
Under the gooch, you say?
Under the gooch, stuffed the cavity with all the aromatic stuff, right?
Daddy,
and then we put salt over on the skin to kind of dry it out, make it crispy.
Yeah.
Crisp me, baby.
It was delicious.
Crispy Sally. Oh,
It was absolutely delicious.
nice.
Did you have anything weird though? Did y'all eat any like?
Hey, say it slow, Tim, on the group chat. Say it
hang
slow.
Hey, this from the group chat. Chad can cook a fucking bird. Thanks, Irv. Appreciate
Hey.
you.
I think he said ducking bird.
Well, he meant. We all know what he meant.
Hey, did you eat anything weird?
No, man, you're supposed to say the recipes, you dumb piece of shit. Put some butter underneath it. Nice turkey.
I went to
nipples.
my dad's side of my family for Thanksgiving, which I did last year too, and it was very enjoyable. I don't see my dad like ever, or his side of the family very often, and so it was a good opportunity to kind of link up. I had a cousin there that he's in the Army, and he's traveled from Alaska and all over the place. He's always somewhere else, and right now he's in Kansas, but I haven't seen him in like 10 years. It was really good catching up with
Really?
him. Yeah, it's been a very long time, but they had a huge spread of like all the things that you would think, like the stuffing, the ham, the turkey. Something that was really cool though is my aunt used to make something when I was a kid called Watergate salad. Have you ever heard this?
I love Watergate salad.
Nixon was involved, man.
What? No. You know what I'm talking about, though?
Yes.
So it's basically like a pistachio pudding with like nuts and marshmallows and I think pineapple or
We
something.
had that at my grandma's house, but there wasn't any pineapples in it.
So it's green,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that ambrosia salad or something?
I think everybody, there's a different
I
name
don't know,
for,
man.
there's different types.
like back in the day, this was like on some kind of like label of pistachio pudding or something. It's like Watergate salad. And then everyone just blew it up and made it. And I haven't had it in years. And holy shit, it was nostalgic. It was kind of, my cousin Megan made it. And it was
Oh,
fantastic. Yeah. And I hadn't had it in so long. And I was like, God damn, I went back for seconds on that. That was
Is it what was
that
it
was
one
my
of those
dessert.
one of those situations where you look at it and you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, the kids were like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
We're like, just shut up and eat it.
We're at my grandma's house and Tammy's like, what is that? And I'm like, I'm gonna get some. And then I ate it and I was like, oh yeah, and I fed her some and she's like, holy shit. And then whenever we left my grandma's, she's like, I think I should have ate more. I should have ate more of that.
It's so easy to make. I remember I made it one year and it was out of my mind. I forgot it completely until this Thanksgiving. I'm like, shit, man, I need to make that more often because it is so simple to make.
So that's the one weird thing you
That was
ate.
the one different thing. I think everything else was pretty on par.
So America's got some of the weirdest Thanksgiving. I mean, we celebrate Thanksgiving here in America, right? In case you didn't know.
Dick pudding, what's that?
But
yeah, Tim's Thanksgiving.
all right, so what do you think the weirdest thing in Texas is ranked that we eat for Thanksgiving?
Like
we're apparently the strangest thing that would that okay, so this is basically America's weirdest Thanksgiving favorites by state.
Gizzards.
beans and franks.
Beans and
We're not fucking England. Whatever.
know,
Beans
man.
and toast, you fool.
Was it beaners and beaners, wiener,
You
bangers,
uncultured swine.
Okay.
bangers and mash,
Mac
There
and
we go.
cheese and wieners then.
Hey,
No.
that's a staple.
That
in
is a staple.
Children's households.
Ambrosia salad. Ambrosia salad is the
Okay, I gotta look this up and see if it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Because it very well could be.
I don't know about having pistachios or anything in ambrosia salad, but I know there's nuts in there involved.
I got plenty of nuts here, Daddy.
It's a fruit salad loaded with pineapple, mandarin, oranges, coconuts, and miniature fruit flavored
Okay, it's just a
marshmallows.
fluffy fruit salad. No, but it's not done with pistachio because this is not green. But essentially, it's the same thing, but the Watergate's with pistachio pudding.
So just give me a random state that you want to know.
Idaho.
Yeah, you are.
All right, so
Hey, ooh, quick with the force, young Padawan.
Idaho's got this thing called frog eye salad. I've never heard of that, so I looked it up, and it's again like a fruit salad kind of only, but it's got sweet. It's a sweet pasta salad with crushed pineapple, mandarin orange, coconuts, and mini marshmallows, and a creamy pineapple. It's exactly ambrosia salad,
But without marshmallows, it's pasta.
it's got fucking pasta. No, it's got mini marshmallows in it too, and then they add pasta to it.
That's
Which
bizarre.
is fucking weird. There's a bunch of people that a bunch of states that have like ambrosia salad.
Hit me with Tennessee.
And the frogs. Okay, so Tennessee, you're the only 10 I see.
I was gonna say that.
Jello salad. So I guess yeah.
Just the random takes on different fruit salads.
Yeah, it's just a different fruit salad. So the consensus is a lot of frog eye salad, Jello salad, ambrosia salad, frog eye salad, ambrosia salad. Yeah.
Are you saying frog guy salad?
Frog eye.
So that's very interesting that was mine, and it seemed to be like the strange one on all.
Yeah, I've never
Are there
had
any like actual foods that are not like salads on this list?
No, they're all salads. That was the strangest things, right?
Yeah.
But I do have the top 5 and the bottom 5 of things that you would not want to eat on
Let's do
Thanksgiving.
it, baby.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right, so top 5. Give me something that you think is the top 5.
Stuffing.
Oh man, you got number 1.
What? Yes! Oh, top, right? Top.
Yeah, dressing and stuffing is number 1 on the top 5.
Bro.
So my mom, I will say, y'all know my mom can cook really well.
Yeah,
Right,
she cooks.
absolutely.
She's a wonderful lady.
But there is this recipe, and I think it's from like my grandma's side, like a Louisiana old recipe, where it's not just stuffing. It's like the sage sausage. And so it's like a full ass meal. Like
Yes.
you got onion, celery, lots of sage, salt and pepper, stuffing mix, and then like sage breakfast sausage.
Right.
And goddamn, it is good. And
I've
that's
had
what,
that.
I'm
That
going to be
stuffing
making
is
that
delicious,
for our
yeah.
Hello Thanksmas this year for our little Friendsgiving in a couple of
All
weeks.
right, so we got number 1. Come on, give me another one.
Mashed potatoes.
The mashed potatoes is coming in as number 3.
Okay.
All right, so they're third on the list.
Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes. Let's see where that's at. Is it on the list? Did it make top 5?
Top 5, top 5, top 5.
It did not make top 5.
Damn. Corn. I love corn.
Yeah, I mean, corn's good, but like it's a top
What's that thing,
5
corn?
Thanksgiving food.
Hold on, wait a second. I had this wrong. They're saying the bottom 5, dressing's number 1 is bottom 5. This list is fucked up. All right.
The list are you, my man.
I was scrolling too far. All right, so that's the bottom 5.
So on the group chat real quick, pimento cheese is weird to me.
Pecan pie, though, is listed by Hervey. That is actually number 1 on the top Thanksgiving food.
Okay, well that's a dessert. but
Pecan?
Sweet potato casserole is number 4 on the top 5.
the actual top.
Yeah, the actual top 5. Coming in at number 5, ham. Number 3, pumpkin pie. Number 2, corn casserole.
Corn casserole. I've had
I'm not a
corn
fan
casserole.
of it. I'm not a fan of most of that stuff
Corn
on there.
casserole is essentially like an elote type
It
of
is.
take,
It is.
right? It's
They
like a
had
cream
some at
corn.
Upper 90 because they had a Thanksgiving feast over there.
Yeah, because when I want a good Thanksgiving corn casserole,
go to
I'm
Upper
going
90.
Upper 90
I'm going to a soccer bar that's full of degenerates doing cocaine
on the bar.
on the bar.
So number 5, green bean casserole is the bottom. This is the bottom list.
I'm not a fan of green
I'm
bean
a fan of it. It's the only time I eat it is literally Thanksgiving, unless my mom occasionally would make it. But yeah, Thanksgiving.
I'm a fan. Tammy made some
I'm a fan.
for hers.
I
and
want
it
I want
was happened
extra
to work.
French onions on top, or like the fried onions.
Yeah.
I want a lot of them. I want that crunch.
I'm not a big like canned food dude.
Oh,
like,
neither am I,
Like I
but-
like string or like frozen
Yeah,
green beans, like French style green beans.
Well, you could make.
I don't like green beans.
You could make that. You could make green bean casserole with that.
If you did, I'd probably love it. I just don't like canned green beans. They're just kind of bleh.
Number 4, cranberry sauce is on the bottom. I'm a sucker for a good cranberry sauce out of the can. I don't want
too.
that real
Yeah.
stuff. I
Agreed.
want out of the can.
Yeah.
And
Give me them grooves, baby.
Unless it's the jalapeno cranberry salsa stuff
on
cream cheese.
Yeah.
And that's delicious.
But that's more of a dip, and I'm with you.
Yes.
That is phenomenal. But yes, if it doesn't, out of a
Dude,
can,
I ate-
I don't
that
want
sounded very.
I
wet.
ate like a block. I ate a block of that stuff. I ate a block of that stuff. because I was like, I love this stuff so much. So I was like, I'm gonna sit down and eat it. And I set this plate up, and I ate probably a half a thing of those fancy fucking club crackers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And all that cream cheese cranberry salsa stuff.
Oh, it's so
dude,
good.
that fucked my world up about 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was worth every bit of it.
You mean you had to go to the restroom?
Oh, dude, I was. Have you ever had that happen where you just wake up with intense stomach pain? You're like, oh,
Every night, baby.
I gotta go.
No, as soon as I turned 36 a few months ago, I know when I need to take a Prilosec before I go to bed. I'm a grown ass man, so like if I drink too heavily or if I have anything with just the slightest bit of spice, yeah, your dude's taking a Prilosec before bed, and I sleep like a baby.
Number 3 on that list was mashed potatoes. Now we did mashed potatoes differently with brown butter and sage, and it was wonderful.
What the fuck is brown butter?
You browned the butter.
Okay, like in the pan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Brown butter and sage, no need for gravy. It was
Interesting.
fantastic.
That sounds
Best thing
good.
ever.
Wow.
Number 2 is turkey, because everybody says it's dry. Our turkey was super tender and moist and perfect. So fuck you.
Dark or white? Dark or white? What are you?
I'm more of a dark meat fan, but actually the breast meat, so it was pretty good on this.
The only breast I like is whenever Chad makes it because it's so juicy and tender.
Yeah, and so this is how this was.
So
it was very juicy and tender. It was very reminiscent of the fried turkey from the first Friendsgiving or second Friendsgiving.
Oh yeah, that I did with Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And number 1 comes in at the last is the dressing and the stuffing, which in my opinion that's the top. That is
It's
the star of the show.
It is, absolutely.
What is
The dressing.
yeah?
Dressing or
That's the
stuffing?
star.
But
Because
it is a make or break, though. Very much a make or break. You can have really shitty dressing or stuffing, can't you?
Hey, I'm a fan of Stofers. Or a
so you're,
stovetop
so
or whatever.
you're a basic bitch.
Dude, no. It's got good flavor, man.
It does, and they will say that
It's easy to make, and you
It
can
is.
have it anytime.
you can. I used to buy it.
Is that the slogan?
I don't know. It might be.
Stuffing in the morning, stuffing in the evening, stuffing it.
anytime.
That's Bagel Bites, man.
Oh.
No, it's stuffing.
No, it's stuffing. Because I would eat stuffing every meal of the day if I could. Tammy's mom makes an amazing stuffing. My mom makes an amazing stuffing, but like my mom puts like, everything like celery, onion.
Yeah.
She puts chicken in it, and she gets cornbread and mixes it in with the stuffing.
All right. So I made a fantastic day after Thanksgiving sandwich. Did y'all do anything with your leftovers?
I just stuffed it down my fucking cob. I shoveled that motherfucker in. I was like, I can't fit in pants. Worth it though.
I made a sandwich after you sent that. I had some like really good sourdough bread from making badass grilled cheese from like Central Market Ingredients. Have y'all done that? Like just go in and get like the best of the cheeses and then some like fresh sourdough bread from like Central Market and then make like a bougie.
How many slices of cheese is the best on a grilled cheese for you?
6.
You're a 6 person?
So we didn't do slices. We had like the blocks of cheese. So I had just done enough.
Okay,
for
just
it
like
to be enough.
if you were doing the singles.
If I was doing singles, it was probably 8 slices.
8 slices? You're an 8 slicer?
Bro, like we got the Gouda. We've got like we got Gouda.
Did you get Munster?
No, we
Oh.
got something else, and then we got goat cheese, and like added this kind of like creaminess. to it.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude! It was
So,
so good.
like, I'm a fan of just like the American singles,
Me too.
And I'm
also.
about a 4 slice on my bread.
Well, because I have to separate it because you get 2 pieces of cheese on each side, like side by side, and then you just stack on top of that. Is that?
Are we gonna have a grilled cheese seminar soon? Because I feel like
man,
we
I
need
think so.
to
All
a
right.
whole
Probably make one when I
PowerPoint
get-
presentation. I can put something.
Okay,
together.
so anyways, you
You
had this.
could. You and fucking PowerPoint, my guy.
You had this. Can you put some graphs in there from like Excel or something?
Oh yeah, I'll find some data. We
Okay.
can analyze it and say why grilled cheese.
Make me a pivot table.
Yeah, I got you.
On the group chat, Tim was like Ross with his leftover Thanksgiving sandwich.
Dude, I totally was, and I need to post a picture because I mean, all
it
right,
looked delicious.
it was delicious. I took the part of the breast, I chopped it up, and I fried it in ghee.
the
Or
little
no,
fake
duck
butter.
fat. I fried it in duck fat. Because I'm, 'Cause you can buy duck fat in a spray can now.
Oh.
It's wonderful. Get it. So I fried it in duck
Can you
fat.
really?
Yeah. It's for like a lot of people use it on Blackstones and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
So I fried it in that, and then I did my bread in ghee, used mashed potatoes as like the condiment, then the turkey, and then some green bean casserole, then some macaroni and cheese.
But
No moist maker.
no moist maker. What the fuck, my guy?
The mac and cheese made it kind of like a moist maker.
mac and cheese. What
There was
the fuck?
There was mac
I had
and
broccoli,
cheese on it.
cheese, and rice.
Oh
on
my
mine.
God.
That was my moist maker.
That's
Man,
that's
did
the
your mom
low-
make that too?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hers is pretty good.
That's a sleeper side, by the way.
It is.
It's a fucking sleeper side.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Dude, broccoli, cheese, and rice, it doesn't matter what time of year. That is like one of my favorite foods.
Black
Yeah,
Eyed Peas
100%.
did such a great job with
So
that.
good.
I'm glad that I share that with the two of y'all, because that's actually one of my favorite sides too.
Oh.
And that's what I'd have my mom make me for my birthday. That was my birthday dinner. She always wanted to throw chicken in it. I just wanted the broccoli, cheese, and rice.
Take the fucking chicken out, Mom!
My mom used to make a really good one with chicken, and I loved that.
I mean, the chicken's good. It's got its place, but I want that. And then whenever it gets a little crispy edges on the end, yeah, that's perfect.
I'm getting really hungry. I haven't eaten dinner.
Man, okay, so you just shoved it down your face. You made a wonderful sandwich. Moist maker was the
did.
broccoli, cheese, and
I
rice.
did.
I felt like we had way too much food this year. We had so many leftovers. We still have so many leftovers.
Same.
According to the CDC, you should throw that out already.
Yeah, but according
Oh,
to
I've
like
already
growing
thrown it,
up as a poor River Oaks person,
Oh yeah,
I'll be holding on to it
like
for a
another
month.
week. Yeah, that's Lily's favorite meal. Man, you know what? And I'll tell you what. And I've said this from the start, from we started this. Thanksgiving food is my favorite food. One year for my birthday, I asked my mom to make me a Thanksgiving meal, and she made a turkey, stuffing, corn, mashed potatoes, like the works. And I mean, I will, to the day I die, if I was on death row, I don't know, I know they don't do this anymore, that'd be my last meal.
You know what death row inmates were doing though? They were eating all the crazy stuff. That way it would make a big mess when they died.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty fucked up, huh?
But I mean, I would eat that just for, I mean, if I knew I was going to die the next day.
Hervey's still eating that bird.
Mine's in the freezer. Mine's in the freezer.
Ours is done. Ours is done.
Yeah.
Ours is done. All right, man. That's
If I'm years on death
we've
row,
gone
that's
an hour and 43-ish
Hey,
minutes.
this
We've
is
done
very
a
short.
lot of
This is very
stuff.
tame.
Yeah, this is tame.
very tame.
No, this is fantastic
So good.
time, like catching up with you guys, because it
Yeah.
really has been a busy ass month, and this has been
So,
fantastic.
did we want to finish it off with a little bit of a game, or were we just done?
No, I'm done.
We're done. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
we're fucking done. Next episode, though,
Sorry.
I don't know how anybody feels about this, but I think we're gonna get into Kanye.
Yeah.
Yeah, some more shit's happening. It's getting crazy out there, people.
Yeah, we want to hear from you out there. Like, what would you think if we did like a timeline of Kanye episode? We start back in the old days when he was producing music to when he started, you know, his own albums, and then like his come up, his marriage, his like shoes, all the things, and kind of figure out what happened. Because I'm interested. I want to know what happened because we've all been fans, and now it's kind of hard to be a fan. I think that SNL did a couple of skits about it, and it was pretty right on. Like, it was perfect. But, yeah, what would you think? Would y'all like to see an episode specifically about, like, a Kanye timeline?
Houseway.
We want to know.
All right, so
Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody.
I'm sorry. I got to butters my biscuits.
Butter your disket?
I got my butter my
Butter
biscuits.
dickets.
Yes.
What is your
okay,
butter?
hang on. I gotta find.
You should have said that when Tim was like, do we have anything else?
Yeah. No. I mean, obviously, you all have a thingy.
Okay.
That's great. Actually, Vanya has a good point. Let's do a poll on our Instas.
Yeah.
I gotta see if
And,
this is the right. If this is even the right music.
Just go ahead. Just start.
I
Because
don't
he's...
want to. The music makes it all work.
Nope. That's some random. You know what? And now for what's buttering.
Just turn the
what's
music
buttering
off.
Javier's
Turn the music
biscuits.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's very bad.
It's not good.
Imagine you're at the movies, opening week of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. You're very excited to see this movie. You've been wanting to watch this movie, unfortunately, since the passing of
There it is.
one Chadwick Boseman, and especially now that you see that Tenoch Huerta has that role of Namor in the movie, and you're very pumped. You go in there, you got your popcorn and your Slurpee ready, and you're watching the movie. Movie is very emotional. The movie's about grief, and you're like, don't cry. Movie's gonna start. Don't cry. Movie starts up. First thing you hear, fucking baby crying. Fucking baby
From the movie?
from the not the movie, from the fucking crowd watching the movie at the theater.
Yeah, fuck that.
So it drives me to ask, why take a baby to a movie? Now I understand if they can't get a sitter or if the sitter canceled. Why do you have to punish us for bringing your fucking loud ass baby? Because you couldn't be responsible enough to stay home. You know they give you rain checks for tickets, but no, you had to bring your fucking baby to the movie and ruin it for everybody. Every important scene during that fucking movie, the baby cried and yelled. At some point, like we heard some lady say, "Are you fucking kidding me? Again with that fucking baby?" And I was like thinking, somebody's gonna tell somebody, right? No. When I go to a movie, I don't pay $40 for 2 tickets.
Movies are outrageous now.
Whoa.
$40 fucking dollars.
What theater were you at?
I was at the goddamn Clear Fork.
Oh yeah, that's
They
why.
got a Louis Vuitton over there.
Yeah, we know.
$40?
$40 fucking dollars.
Must be nice to be having that much money.
Oh, you know how many? No, I'm not gonna get into that. But you know, we spend money to go to these damn places, and even you see this now, like at the Tim Love restaurant, adults only, no children. I'm going out to go watch a film on a screen that I've been waiting years for, and you have the audacity to bring a fucking child.
I say we just start renting out theaters.
Dude,
We only
there
see
needs to be
movies
a
when we rent a
policy.
theater, yeah.
There needs to be a policy where they're like, no kids under. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean,
if the baby doesn't cry, the baby doesn't cry. I think that as soon as the baby starts crying,
You punch it in the head.
you kick that baby. Fuck that.
You punt that baby.
You punt that fucking baby. Now,
And that, my friends, is why we don't have children.
yeah.
I hear that if you give a baby a thimble of whiskey, they just go right to sleep.
I'm just gonna.
I'm no parent, so I don't know these things, but
What is it? I hear if you give Ambien to a child
yeah, they're just fine. They just pass out for, I don't know, a day or two.
But I mean,
or a week.
And now, don't get it twisted. I'm not trying to be an asshole when it comes to children at a movie theater.
No, a lot of our friends have kids.
A lot of our friends have kids, and they're well behaved, other than the other kids that I've fucking seen.
Yeah.
But a baby, it's a fucking baby, like a 2-year-old in a theater. The baby's gonna cry.
Well, probably. You just got to do your due diligence and take that baby out.
I mean, it's Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. It's gonna be a loud ass movie.
Yeah.
True.
You know, I mean, don't take.
But the baby was crying in like the quieter scenes.
No, like the
important scenes?
emotional
Yeah.
scenes, and the baby cried like 8 times
Well,
during
maybe
the
the
fucking
baby got
movie.
emotional. You know what I mean? Like they're
Yeah, okay. Shake the baby.
I'm hearing if you shake them, they stop.
Benadryl works, pacifier soaked in vodka.
That's
Look,
coming straight from the chat.
these are 3 people that obviously have 0 kids, but we're learning right now.
Yeah, we learning.
We're taking notes.
No, I 100% agree with you. I don't. I taking your kids to big events. I mean, I get it. Like a lot of people are like, I don't let my kids slow me down. I flat out told people, like they've asked me why don't you have children? I'm like, because I'm too selfish. I don't want to have to make my life around the kid. And we're like, well, you don't have to, but you have to include them in everything. It seems like, and I just don't want to do that.
Well, I will say. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was going to say, I am super stoked about the Mexico trip because we're doing an
Adults
adults
only.
only, and I've never really done that.
Are you going to Secrets or where are you going?
No, it's Breathless, but it's going to be adults only. It's going to be sweet. I'm so stoked.
Hey, look for upside down pineapples.
Oh.
I saw
You
on my
mean
cruise. On my cruise, I decided I was going to walk around and see like if I noticed any upside down pineapples or
Was it
whatever.
a swingers thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, there were upside down pineapples on a bunch of doors.
It's essentially like a let's fuck.
It's a code, right?
Yeah.
And then I saw this old creepy dude. He was probably like mid-60s, wearing a swingers shirt. Like it flat out said, "I'm a swinger. My wife lets me play," or something like that.
Oh my God.
Also, if you're interested in the lifestyle, go to Colette's over in Dallas. You have to pay a service fee, but it's worth the entry. Anyways, yeah, all I got to say about that, though, and I'm going to leave it to the great Michael Jordan. Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids.
All right. And that was things that are happening to Javier that really, really makes him upset, and he really, really wants to talk about.
Nobody wants to hear your baby.
Well done. Well done. Well, hey, everybody. It's so good to be back. Thanks for chatting with us in the YouTube chat, being live with us, hanging out. It's been way too long.
Yeah, it's
so
been.
good. It's been too
1 week.
long. And it's good to see everyone's faces and names and chatting. So thank you. Everybody that's listened to us, thanks. You know, we've been getting a lot of messages on Instagram. Like, it's been 83 years.
Hey, my phone was blowing up from Jared.
Oh, really?
Jared got a green screen.
Yeah.
And he's somehow put himself into our studio.
Jesus Christ.
All right, Jared.
Okay,
I
that's
gotta see
interesting.
this.
Well, yeah, if you haven't already done so, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It'd really, really help us out. You can also find us on all things social media at The Funky Panther. Like we'd already mentioned, we're going to put it here in the description as well. You can go and vote for us on the Fort Worth Magazine's Best of 2023 Best Radio Personality. This would be our 3rd year in a row, and we've done it because of you. Thank you so, so much. That's it. We love you.
Yeah.
Stay good, everybody. I'm Chad.
I'm Javier.
I'm Tim.
We are
The Funky Panther.
Don't do that.
Do what I want. I'm a grown-ass man.